This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter, and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for April 29th is this guy. R-E-G-G-I-E. Reggie. Reggie. Yes, that's right. Reggie Miller, who is 56 years old today. So basically, it's amazing to see Reggie Miller and all that with his three-point precision in pressure situations and all that. So he was known as the Knick Killer because of all his pressure situations in the playoffs against the New York Knicks. When he retired, he had the most three-pointers in NBA history, but he's third behind Stephen Curry and Ray Allen. In that he played all 18 years of his NBA career with the Pacers. He's a five-time All-Star selection, and Miller led the lead in free throw percentage 5 times. His number 31 is retired by the Pacers, obviously, and he works for TNT. And in the Hall of Fame 2012. Reggie Miller basically played for UCLA in college and was picked 11th overall by the Indiana Pacers. We'll look at the 1987 NBA draft, I guess. But anyway, he actually comes from an athletic family. His brother Daryl Miller actually was catcher for the California Angels one time. His sister Tammy played volleyball at Cal State Fullerton. But his older sister Cheryl is a Hall of Fame basketball player and an analyst for Turner Sports. Reggie likes to recall a family anecdote. Was that Cheryl always would beat him in games of one-on-one prior to his professional career. Basically, they quit playing when he could finally block Cheryl's shots. And Miller said that his unorthodox shooting style was developed to arc a shot over his sister's shot blocking. So that's amazing, the five-time All-Star, only five-time All-Star, geez. He never got onto the All-NBA first or second team. His best was his third team. Yeah, UCLA's retired as 31, so has Indy. So basically, he got a degree in history. He helped UCLA win the NIT championship in 85. And basically helped UCLA win the Pac-10 tournament to get into the main tournament. Unfortunately, they lost in the second round to Wyoming. Miller would be second in all-time scoring in UCLA when he left, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He actually holds single-season records from UCLA for most league points, highest scoring average, and most free throws for all that for UCLA. So basically, the 87 NBA draft was held. The Spurs had the first overall pick, and San Antonio picked David Robinson, center from Navy. Now, San Antonio knew very well that the Spurs, that basically he had to do his stuff from the Navy and all that. Do his 2-year trip with the Navy. When the San Antonio guy won the draft lottery, he basically said, "We've waited 14 years for this guy. What's 2 more?" And it actually was worth the wait, as David Robinson would be a fantastic center. The Suns would pick second and pick a flop from UNLV, Armin Gilliam, who was supposed to be a good shooting player. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. New Jersey also screwed up when they picked up Ohio State small forward Dennis Hobson. The Clippers screwed up going 4th overall and picking Reggie Williams from Georgetown. The big thing was after Reggie Williams. Basically, there were some solid players. The next 8 players were solid in their own ways. Scottie Pippen was picked 5th by Seattle, but then he was traded to Chicago for Olden Polynice. So that was amazing how the Bulls basically pulled that off and helped MJ out. Kenny the Jet Smith went to Sacramento. Yeah, he of the TNT fame, and he of the hero job in Game 1 of the 95 NBA Finals. Kevin Johnson, KJ, who was a great point guard, he was picked by Cleveland. People remember him from his time with the Phoenix Suns. Olden Polynice was drafted by the Bulls and then traded to Seattle for Pippen. So yeah, that was amazing. Polynice was a decent center for the Sonics and the Jazz. Dirk McKee was a decent player for Seattle. came from Alabama. Well, he also was a decent one for the Pacers. Horace Grant went 10th to the Bulls, power forward from Clemson. And, of course, Reggie Miller went number 11. One pick behind him was Muggsy Bogues, who went to Washington. However, his first memory with the Pacers is that he was loudly booed by fans because they wanted Steve Alford, who came from the University of Indiana and came off a national title. So anyway, Miller would be fantastic and all that. He was the primary scoring threat only after Chuck Person was traded from the Pacers after the 92 season. Basically, he was a household name with the Pacers and all that. He scored a great shooting performance in Game 5 of the 94 conference finals against the Knicks. He scored 39 points with 25 in the fourth quarter alone to beat the Knicks. Basically, Miller had an animated discussion with Spike Lee and would basically give the choke sign to Spike. The next year in the 95 playoffs, during Game 1 of the conference semifinals, Miller would outdo himself. Pacers were down by 6 points with 18.7 seconds left. He scored a three-pointer and then somehow stole the inbounds pass from Anthony Mason of the Knicks and then shot another three-pointer to tie the game. Miller was fouled with 7.5 seconds left to make both free throws, and basically the Pacers shocked everyone. They actually went to the conference finals but lost in Game 7 to the Orlando Magic. The same fate that bonked them in 94, going to the conference finals and losing Game 7. Basically, Reggie was decent and all that. He did score a game-winning three-pointer against the Bulls in Game 4 of the 98 conference finals, but the Bulls went on to win Game 7. Miller thought he and his Pacers were going to get to the finals after Michael Jordan's retirement, but they got shocked by the number 8 seed New York Knicks in the conference finals, which was shocking that, Miller did terrible against the Knicks. Usually he did great against New York. However, in 2000, the Pacers did get to the NBA Finals, but lost to Shaq, Kobe, and the Lakers. However, they lost in 6 games, doing better than the Sixers did in 2001 against the Lakers, losing in 5, and the 2002 Nets, who got swept by the Lakers. So, that's all right, too. He was a clutch guy and all that. Reggie was not involved in the Malice in the Palace, about the brawl at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Well, he decided to retire in 2005. All that. So, yeah. Good for him. Played over 1,300 games with the Pacers, 18.2 points a game. I'm shocked it wasn't in the 20s for his career. His three-point percentage was pretty good, 39%. In the playoffs, he would play 144 games, getting to one final in 2000, and putting up 20.6 points a game. Pretty good, eh? He would play for the 94 U.S. team at the World Championships in Toronto and the 96 Olympic tournament. All that. He would actually play for the 2002 U.S. team that went to the World Championships, the team that lost to Yugoslavia in the quarterfinals. Miller would be the Grand Marshal for the Indy 500 just days after his retirement. All that. It was weird how Reggie joined his sister Cheryl in the TNT stuff. All that. So anyway, Miller played more games with the same team than all but 5 players in NBA history. Stockton and Malone for Utah, Kobe Bryant for the Lakers, Tim Duncan for the Spurs, and Dirk Nowitzki for Dallas. He was overlooked in the MVP voting a lot. And I think that's pretty much it. That's all you really need to know about Reggie Miller. I can't remember the Seinfeld episode, but basically they talk about Reggie Miller playing, and Elaine pipes up saying Cheryl's little brother plays basketball. That's amazing how she would know about Cheryl Miller, but not Reggie Miller. But anyway, it's all familiar. I'm Jeff Diamond. Ado.